What's going on, family? This is not financial advice. Do your research, man. We're gonna get straight into the charts, what I'm watching for this week, and where we could potentially be investing our money. So, the first one I'm looking at is gold. So I do like gold for the year, and this is the chart that I'm watching. Ticker GLD. So this is what I'm watching on gold. As you can see, this is the high of that was back in 2011. So this is the high 2011. Well, actually 2010. This is the high of 2010. So that's where prices potential resistance. And then we have another the high of this is 2019 up here. So we recaptured this support up here at 161. It looks like a accumulation. They're at they retook the support and now they're blasting up. They did fill this gap at 179, 179, 179.77 area. So I do see potential upside up to the first stop. It probably be those highs at 185. That'd be the first target for continuation. They could potentially stop there, and the next target would be the highs of 19. So I think if we get this stagflation period, gold could reach up to 200 bucks, maybe even 210. That'd be my next target for this move. But gold is still bullish. That's the first thing that I'm looking at for investing standpoint. You could potentially trade it, but I like the investing position. So then I have the dollar DXY. This this is what I found interesting on the dollar. Scroll all the way back to 2003. They're at the same level they were at in 2003. The DXY is at 50%, and we're at previous support at 102 to 101 area. So this is all bullish. They did come to this trend line that they confirmed. This is a yearly trend line. They confirmed this back in 2020. A nice trend line. They potentially broke it right now, but I think this would be a nice potential buy for the dollar. If the dollar goes up, the market will come down. So the DXY, something else that I'm watching. I think we could have a strong dollar this year as well. Then we have the big boy. We're gonna look at the bigger picture here, so you can see this market is highly volatile right now. We just pushed straight on through 38, 39.50. Now we're up to 39.73 area. So strong bullish move up. They reclaim the 50 and they could come back up to test 4,000. What I'm watching though, if they break 4,000, the next level will probably be 40-30 area. Critical highs up there, and then we got a nice push up to 4,100. But I don't think they will. But they could. Anything is possible. But I think the market still has potential gaps down here at 37.83. And we have another one at 37.49 and another gap down here at 37.84. But we have a few gaps to the downside that have not been filled yet. Got a lot of bullish momentum that week. I think it's because of the expiration week, but the market is continuing to push up. The VIX is still low, and I want to show you guys this video, kind of shed some light on where the potential soft landing could be. We're just gonna check this out real quick.
Off landing scenario, there's a downside to that scenario, right? In that scenario, the Fed is unlikely to cut rates. The 10-year yield, as a result, will probably need to rise. And that won't get rid of this concern that a recession is coming. Because ultimately, this market goes in cycles. The economy goes in cycles. The unemployment rate is 3.5%. We are, by definition, at the top approximately of the cycle. And so if the recession doesn't come in 23, the market's then going to think, okay, maybe it's coming on 24. So I think you're number one, that'll create a lower multiple that the market would put on numbers. And then also earnings estimates, I don't think would rise in that scenario. But to be clear, we don't think we're going to have a soft landing, okay? But I understand that is a possibility. And if that happens, I still don't think stock prices will go up. And I actually think they're still downside.
What happens if the economy is just far stronger than you have anticipated, and that just doesn't enable your scenario to play out, and the economy is much stronger than anybody anticipated? And you can look at any chart or historical metric that you want and say, well, when this happens, it always means a recession. When the Fed does this, this happens. But it never and can't take into account where we started this whole thing.
Sure. So I would.
That's not that outlandish.
That's not that outlandish. The one thing that I would say a couple things. Is number one, the rate market disagrees, right, with that premise. The 3-month 10-year is inverted by 118 basis points.
No question.
With the 10-year at 3.5%, the Fed going to 5%. The rate market is saying they're going to need to cut over 200 basis points in the next 2 years.
So as you can see here, man, the rate hikes are not going to stop. They're continuing to rate hike, and the rate hike haven't slowed yet. So the bull case scenario can't possibly be here yet. So that is another reason why I'm still bearish on this market for this year. And then on top of that, we got the earnings. So the earnings are expected to be to the downside. So that's another case where stocks could continue to come down to an even lower price at this particular time. So we just got to be careful investing in particular stocks, especially during earnings seasons. So we got to be on the lookout. I'm expecting some highly volatile earnings this week. You know, we got Microsoft reporting on Tuesday, then we got Tesla reporting on Wednesday. So be careful trading this market. I do like a potential bullish case scenario. We could come up to back up to around 4,000 area. So if we pull a fib on this, we can kind of see exactly. So the market has pushed through the 618. We're coming up to 39.86. It'd be a 78.6. That'll be close to where they rejected before. It'll be like a similar to a head and shoulders pattern, if you believe in the patterns. But that's what I'm watching for the week. Netflix is a potential trade scenario for me. This is just what I'm watching. Do your own due diligence. But I like Netflix to the upside, back up to 345. Bullish case scenario, back up to 345. They break 345. They close above that. My next target for Netflix, if they come out the gate swinging, will be up here at. Oops. Let me erase that. All right, my next target would be up here at 356, and then if they can break through that, my next target would be 383. Those are the bullish case scenarios. But my first target, if they come out swinging, would be 355. They're going to shoot straight up to that. They might find some major resistance up there because that's previous support at 355. But I do like that zone for a bullish case. So Netflix, I'm watching. That'll be one of my trade stocks I'll be trading this week. Netflix and the S&P. So careful trading this market, man. Do your own research. Hit like, subscribe for me, and I'll see you guys tomorrow, man. Out.